So I introduced this about a month ago, based on what I observed and saw that you did. So we are in this, I heard something strange, what is that? Kind of thing. So would you like me to take her out?
Yeah, definitely. And you can just put her on the T-stand and we'll just watch a basic interaction that you have. You'll definitely want treats.
Good job. Okay, up here, step down. Good job. Very good, bravo.
So then you clicked twice, but you didn't deliver a food reward.
I didn't, no.
Why?
It's in my jacket.
Go get your jacket.
No, I'm wrong.
Can we rewind that to the part where she said make sure you're set up for success? Just for editing's sake?
Yeah, I know. So generally, you know, is when I take her to school, so in the morning she goes in her large cage, and then I have the this one that's in my office by the window. So we move her around a little bit, and then she goes upstairs into the voice lessons and all the lessons in different places, either in there, or she has a little stand in one of the rooms. So the challenge is she loves being there, and to get her off there is when
a specific place. In
right.
She loves.
She just loves all the lessons, hearing all the students, and that's just her happy place to be.
Okay.
So when she gets defiant is really when we see the nipping. When she wants to go somewhere, she's actually completely fine. So what I'm trying to work with her is, well, we have to move from the stand. We can't be there for 14 hours.
Yeah.
And then it's her kind of toddler behavior, but I don't want to. I want to stay here. It's so much fun. Please don't take me.
Can I ask, you said you fed dinner last night, right?
Yeah, I think around 7 o'clock was the last food she got.
And she hasn't had breakfast?
No.
And you said, how would you rate as far as her hunger right now?
I would say she's hungry.
Okay. What signs do you see that tell you that?
Well, for one thing is that she's exploring. And when I offered her a treat, then she was very like, oh yeah, can I have more? There was a real like positive response to that.
Okay.
And she's overall, I find her to be considering this is a completely new environment, to be very open-minded, so to say.
Okay. I'd agree that she's desensitized very well. I would argue that I don't see much hunger, but we'll keep going to see.
Well, yeah, I think I'd love for you to just ask for some basic behaviors from her, and we can just see what they look like.
Okay.
If that's flies.
Okay, good job. Good job. Okay.
Here's that.
And by the time I find that it's like, right, here we go, good job.
What was that for?
Okay, good job. Can I have a kiss? Oh, she's eating right now.
How is there just the bird's distraction? You know, as far as treat, if you don't give them a treat within 0.6 of a second, do they not? I mean, you have to get
So that's where my commentary is coming from. That you caught on, yeah. Where I was like, "What was that for?" It's like, it kind of took a little too long.
Right.
You could usually tell by the bird's body language. A bird that has the proper motivation, if I click, they're going to be looking at me until I give them the treat. If they look away, I took way too long.
I am.
The interest there was like, oh, I don't know. So that I did, but I'm 2 repetitions in, so I'm not totally sure 3 reps down, right? So to answer your question, it could be 10 seconds, but realistically, it's like 3 to 5 would be ideal.
Okay. Okay, you ready? You want to fly? Go flat? No, the other thing is too. Okay, let's try again. Go flat.
No, don't force her. Don't force her. She's very evidently saying no.
Yeah.
Is that how you guys normally do your flight training? Is you would kind of send her to Jamieleigh? Okay. Does she ever take off by herself? Okay. Will she do it from a perch position to you? Even a little hop?
She has not done that.
She has not done that.
No.
Okay. So it's mostly
If she like really wants to, if I'm standing next to the perch doing something else, she will just like
hop over to you.
Can we try something real quick?
Not.
Can we try something real quick?
Yeah.
Can I have, sorry, what your name?
Annalie?
Annalie, can I have you stand there? And I want to see if you can set your own perch and go by Annalie and see if we get a recall.
Good job. Here we go. Good job.
So if you want to head over here and ask for a recall, and I'll accept if she goes either one, and you tell me if you think she's going to go.
I don't think she's gonna go.
No.
I would agree. So this is all the possible reward for environment. So in your school, she is topped off from the environment, which is why when you try to get her, you get bitten, right? If she was kind of getting tired of the environment and you came to get her, you would still get bitten there unless you had treats that outvalued the environment.
Ah, yeah, okay. That
But
makes
since
perfect
she's like
sense.
this
Yeah.
because of her diet,
Right.
and she's this because of her environment, you have
She
nothing to
doesn't
work
need,
with.
right, she doesn't need that. Okay, understood, yeah, that
Right?
makes perfect sense. Mhm.
So I think that's one of the challenges of why, you know, you can't just make the animal really hungry. It's
Right.
about using the right value of the treat. So I think we should let her just kind of chill for a bit and we'll work with the galah.
Okay.
And let me kind of rethink where I want to go, because you keep trying to tell me you want to fly. So I think honestly, like what I see as a bird who wants his diet converted, you're going to have flights all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you're ready.
Yeah. Like right now, what I'm reading is that her confidence of staying on the perch, even though she wants to make a flight,
Yeah,
she's just a little more confident there, and there's not enough reward here,
right.
right? And even the treats, yeah, it wasn't enough.
I would love if we can try to have her fly one more time and see if we
Okay.
can, because I have a feeling that it might, we might.
She had all the crumbles she gave you.
Oh, maybe she just wanted to stay with you. And a fly? Well, that's what we can do at home, that she knows that, you know, generally how we kind of get her going. So, but I don't know, do you want to stand over there? Should we try one more time? Is that okay?
Jamie's coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can take a look at this and see.
Okay, maybe she's more adjusted to her environment, I don't know. Let's go down.
Well, you'd have to be up, but okay.
Okay, we're gonna fly. We're gonna fly. Okay.
No, no.
Ah, no. Okay, come here.
So, how do I say this? When we do flighted behaviors, we're always looking at ways to encourage flight, not force it.
Yeah.
So if I broke down every aspect of that when you first took her out, and I could see your hesitation, which I agree with,
Yeah.
and you're doing this with her, even though that's what you do normally to signal that you want her to fly or that she wants to fly,
Right.
I would strongly discourage that.
Yeah.
I think if you put it into perspective, if she wanted to fly, she would have flown during that.
Yeah.
The things that we look for, like, so you saw the body language, I was like, ooh, let me try this, because she saw that I was drinking water, and something about that
Yeah.
gained her interest, and it gave me what normally would be a cue that she's about to fly.
Right.
And that's a total contrast to what I saw from your example.
Right. She didn't want to. Yeah.
Yeah, so where I would go with that is look at what situation she's most likely to fly in. Is it a strange environment with people she doesn't know? Maybe, maybe not. In some cases, it will be that she likes flying into the kitchen when you're making her meals. Then I would set up for that.
Yeah, I think she was trying to find me.
Yeah, and so like, if I knew that let's say she was obnoxious, every time I made her breakfast, she'd fly into the kitchen and just be obnoxious. Then I would anticipate that and set myself up for success and put a perch there, and here's the kitchen table, and I'd start making breakfast, and as she flies, catch her, click when she lands, and then give her a treat.
Yeah.
But know that that's going to happen, and the more you can get her into those choosing to make flights on her own, the more likely she will continue to do it.
Yeah.
But if you look at the whole scenario that you just had, if you break it down into the training quadrant, there was nothing about it that was a enjoyable experience for her.
Yeah.
Right? And hopefully I'm not coming off wrong, but
Okay.
so understanding part of the training quadrant. Have you guys seen Family Friendly Parrot? Have you seen that in our series? Okay.
I saw some. I may not have seen everything.
I think it's usually sent to our masterclass.
That's what I was thinking. Family Friendly Parrot you should definitely watch, because I think what's going to happen is you'll have a really strong or stronger and understanding what this is. You're pretty familiar with this, right? So essentially the easiest way to look at this is the training quadrant that we always reference. Reinforcement is at the top, punishment is at the bottom. And how can we set the situation up so she chooses to make a flight? So some things, like I mentioned, if we wanted to avoid using punishment in the morning or in the evening or wherever she's most likely to make those flights, that's where you set up in the kitchen for success. Or down the hallway that you mentioned, she might be able to do it. Another thing I see a lot is if we put onto like a flat surface, we'll get a flight off there, because if you go back to the tennis or the ping pong balls, there might be so much reinforcement from just being on this perch. I mean, she's preening, she's happy, she's content. Why would she fly when there's the treat value's off? So we fix the treat value, and then we put her on instead of that being worth 4 ping pong balls, that's only worth 1 or 2, because it's a flat surface that she can't chew on, and she's uncomfortable because it's near a window that she's not familiar with. Now we're adding like a reason to leave, because now going to you're going to have the full cup of ping pong balls with the treats and you being a reinforcement. So we're getting rid of some of the reinforcement there, and she's going to a higher value reinforcement. But the key is that she's choosing to do it.
Right.
There's a fine line. Like you'll see us outside take our birds and we'll like launch them, but it's always like it usually starts with us just running, and then they take flight.
Okay.
If they don't want to take flight, they just grab on. And so you see videos of like Cressy will flip upside down because she's like, nope, not going to do it.
Yeah.
And we always respect that. So it's not like, oh, I need to win or she won. No, it's not that. It's like, oh, she clearly communicated to me that she didn't want to fly. And so the thing that I think I'm trying to translate for Jamie is she saw all the signs like this bird does not want to fly. And then if you force her, you're going to get less of that because you're working the punishment part.